Welcome back to another episode of Bourbon and Ash. Today we're going to review the world's highest distillery, and we're going to pair it with one of my personal favorite cigars by Isla del Sol Drew Estates. Stay tuned.
Welcome back to another episode of Bourbon and Ash. Today we're going to visit Breckenridge. Breckenridge is out of Colorado. As Zach said, it is the highest distillery in the U.S.
In the world.
In the world. I was thinking bourbon, but yes, you're right.
Yeah.
In the world, it is the highest distillery.
9,600 feet above sea level.
That's correct.
Nice.
Wow.
So this bourbon here is a release in 2023. They released their first rum cast finished bourbon.
Mm-hmm.
They are making a mash. This mash is composed of
56 corn, 38 rye, and 6 barley.
That's right, 6% barley. They do things a little different than most of the distilleries out there that are producing bourbon or finishing bourbon as well. Their bourbon is from a non-disclosed distiller. They are distilling their own white dog. What they do is once they have finished their bourbon to whatever age they're doing, they bring in and they do master blending. Once they master blend their juice with whatever they're outsourcing, it gets then put into a second maturation stage in the homemade, right? The rum barrels.
It's their own rum.
It's their own rum barrels because they also produce rum, and they do disclose that it's anywhere between 8 and 10 months how long they keep them in those rum barrels. So I'm super excited to try it. Especially, yes?
Oh, I was going to say, and it's multiple bourbons that they have sourced. It's
Oh,
not
yeah.
Correct.
from
Yeah.
4 to 10 years old.
Yeah.
Multiple bourbons that they source and blend all together.
Out of
Indiana?
distilleries
With their own.
from Indiana, Tennessee, and Kentucky.
And Kentucky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One cool little fun fact for me personally, being a Colorado native, the owner, Brian Nolt, started the distillery in 2007. And he happens to be a graduate from my alma mater, Kansas State University. I believe he got a radiology degree, and
Correct.
he just loved Scotch and thought, why not kind of get into the whiskey business,
That's right.
and started it up in Breckenridge. And another fun fact, I'm excited about having this particular rum bourbon. Their water is natural spring water coming
Right.
off of the Colorado Rockies, right? I mean, they're 9,600 feet up in the air. And so all
It's
of
a
their...
snow melt.
It is a
It's
snow
a
mountain.
snow melt, yeah.
So all that snow melt just goes into the natural springs there in Breckenridge, and that's where they source their water, which is full of natural minerals.
Considered their secret ingredient.
They're secret. It's not
They're
secret anymore.
secret. It's not a secret anymore. We ratted them out. So yeah, I'm excited. Let's
Okay, let's open the
try
bottle.
it. Let's open this bottle.
All right, I will do the honors here. You
So
guys-
one thing to note, and we mentioned this here in the last few episodes with summer. I mean, it's been very springy. It's getting warm now. We're really excited about this rum cast finish. A lot of people are, transitioning into rum, vodka, the more cooler drinks. I think this one is going to be a fantastic summer drink.
Summer bourbon.
What is the
Yeah,
MSRP
summer
on this, if you don't mind me asking?
The MSRP is going to be right around $65.
Okay, so reasonable.
Yeah.
Well, before we get into it, let's do a cheers, right?
Absolutely.
Come join us as we explore the world of both bourbon and cigars, which offer a rich tapestry of flavors, aromas, and experiences. Cheers to your journey of discovery and enjoyment.
Para Dios, tu familia y tus amigos. Salud.
Salud.
Spices and the rye.
little, maybe some pepper smell to it too.
That's what I'm picking up. That's
I
kinda
got
where
a
I
little
was
bit
like,
of green apple.
You already started
Mm,
drinking
apple.
it? We're supposed to smell it first.
Oh,
Oh, I thought I did
Candied
smell
apple,
Mm.
I do get apple.
like that caramel.
it. Mm-hmm. Caramel candy apple.
Ooh. Ugh.
Okay, going in.
There's
Do you-
definitely a lot more pepper.
Yeah,
on
it's
the
a
back
lot
end.
of pepper. Does anybody know the proof on this?
90.
90.
90?
Yeah.
It doesn't burn a lot, which I was wondering which way you asked that question.
Yeah, it's
I was
definitely got some
expecting
pepper.
that long burn,
No, there's definitely a linger.
but it's like ground pepper kind of.
I don't get any rum yet. You guys?
I get a little
Very
bit of
at
rum.
the end.
Very hint.
At the very end, I do look. Oh,
I think it's
especially
for
now.
that sweetness that's coming in.
I wonder if that's like that little vanilla
At the
spice.
end, there's a little bit of that spice.
Yeah.
It's more of a spicy. I'd
Take
say
your second
maybe
sip.
yeah. Take your second sip,
On your-
and then when
My
you
fourth sip,
do,
you mean?
I was gonna say third.
Sure.
You haven't
Your-
tasted
your
the rum that's
40th.
on my second one. I can taste the rum now.
I could taste the rum on the finish on the back of my
Mm-hmm.
palate,
Definitely on the finish.
and you get that little fresh, little crispy.
Yeah. Okay. There is a hint. I mean, what? 8? You said 8 to 10 months.
8 to
in
10
rum-
months
in
in the
their
rum cask.
Mhm.
Oh, the way it picks up on me is going to be at the end, right before it all disappears. It comes in and it really hits the back of my palate.
Oh, I got a lot of that on that one for some reason.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Yes.
Right there on the side of my cheek, back
Yep.
of my cheeks.
Yep.
Okay, that's it's pretty good. Well, don't drink it all. We have a cigar that we're going to pair with it.
Mhm.
Before we get into that, though, have you guys had enough to rate it on our world famous B&A scale?
I have.
All right.
Ladies, all right, Trisha.
Yes.
She's got a
I'm
smile,
good
so I
for
assume
it.
it's a 10.
I was gonna give it a 9.
Yeah.
I really like it. I love the pepper and the rye, but it is very sweet at the same time.
It is.
And I do like that little bit of rum at the very end.
The more I drink it, the more I'm tasting the
I
rum.
like
Yes,
that.
yes, I really like it.
Yeah.
It's different, very different. I
Yeah.
was afraid it was gonna be very similar to Angel's Envy.
Oh,
you
it's
know?
nothing
But
like
it's very
It
Angel's
is,
Envy.
it is not.
Yeah.
I like it a lot.
This
so
is
A 9 for
9.
you.
9.
Okay, Nicole.
All right, so I was excited to try it with rum finish because Angel's Envy has a rum finish and they're one of my favorites. So I'm like, yes, this is going to be great. I think the biggest difference between this one and Angel's Envy, at least for me, is it doesn't have that full-bodied flavor that that you get with Angel's Envy. I think that this is mild. And you have to really look for the flavors. It doesn't hit you, which is great for when you're going into the summer, like you were saying, because it doesn't overwhelm you and make you like with all these different flavors. It's just very mild, and you have to look for them. So I really do like that. And for this time of year, this is a really good sipper one. So I would definitely give this an 8. It's not Angel's Envy amazing, but it's pretty good. I
That's
like
pretty
it.
high. Okay, good for you. I think I will be in agreement with you for the first time in 17 years.
Second time.
Second time?
Uh,
Oh my.
Second time.
See?
We're
And
keeping
it's,
track.
it's 18.
18? Oh, okay. Second time in 18 years. I will agree. I will also give this
An 8.
I do. The color is wonderful. It's a little bit more on the golden side, which
Which is
makes sense. It's golden Colorado.
right.
It's not as strong on the nose with that rye. It is. You can smell it, but it's not like in your face rye.
No.
Having said that, after my 5th sip, I started tasting a lot of that rum, and I really like that characteristic. It by itself it's good, but just that little bit of nudge at that finish just gives it an 8 for me.
I get a lot of lemongrass, like a mint, like a little bit of that. You know, when you move the
Floral?
yeah, it's floral. It's grassy though. It's
Spring.
springy.
It's
It's
spring-
springy.
it smells like
yes,
spring.
yes, it is. Yes. Yes. Okay.
Your turn.
All right. So my turn. I'm gonna say, for me, it's going to be a 7.5, 7.5. And I'm judging that insofar as the color. Okay, to me, maybe it's just this batch, or maybe it's the rum finish, but a little on the lighter side. Yep, it's pretty
It
light.
is on the lighter side.
It is on the lighter side. The taste is good. In my personal opinion, I feel that maybe I hyped myself up too much for it. I was like expecting to really come through with that rum. So 7.5. It is solid. It would make some fantastic summer cocktails, which we'll talk about. Maybe in another episode. But I've found these summer bourbon cocktails that are very refreshing. So
Cool.
yeah.
Well, at $60 MSRP, I think it's a wonderful price point. I agree on the color. It is more of the golden color, which is much lighter than any of the bourbons that we've had. And that might have something to do with the Colorado altitude, because they're good. They're not going to have that natural
Swing.
swing in temperatures where, say, Kansas or Kentucky does. They're going to stay freezing 6 months out of the year, and then colder or mid.
Right. Their temperatures might not climb to the fluctuation that we are used to seeing.
But they will have, that's for their part of the bourbon, but the other bourbons that they source
Right,
have
to
all
blend
come
it.
from,
The Kentucky, the
yes,
Tennessee, the
and
Illinois.
they
Right.
do get the
will have
fluctuation.
those.
So I'm surprised it's not darker.
Yeah.
But
You and me both. All right.
Okay.
Still
Well,
just-
keep some of your bourbon.
Yes.
Let's get into the cigar. Again, as I said earlier, I am personally excited about this one. I've been smoking Isla del Sols now for, 20 years, and it's still one of my favorites, and I will always keep a box on hand.
Always.
Always.
Always. I always keep one in my golf bag.
And I'm excited because I think with this rye and this rum finish, I think we're going to be in for a little treat on the actual pairing. But before we get into that, let's just okay. Everybody's had a little bit of the Isla del Sol. What do you think of it, and what would your rating be?
It's really good. It's sweet, very mild. I definitely give this a very high 8.5.
8.5. Okay, good.
Yeah.
I personally, again, it's one of my favorites. I can't give it anything lower than a 9, based on, the sweetness being mild,
Mm-hmm.
and for the most part, it burns really well.
It is.
This is at my absolute go-to on a golf course. So I'm gonna stick with my 9.
You're 9.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So giving all those points that we've all talked about, I'm gonna have to agree with Nicole. 8.5. 8.5. I do like it. On the sweetness, it delivers. I've had a lot of sweet cigars. So we've had the Crown Apples and all those. I think this does really well.
Why don't you tell our audience what the MSRP is?
Well, the MSRP is $7.99, $8.
Okay.
Which is again, what gives it that 8.5 in my book. Is that you if you compare it with other stuff that's out there, it's a great value. The price is really good. So yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay, so let's go ahead and pair that with our little bit of rum cask finished rye, and see what kind of flavors we get with the blend.
I'm a little worried because every time you say rye and have a cigar, it burns.
It burns.
So,
Well, let me see.
I'm
Oh,
concerned.
that makes it sweeter.
It makes it sweeter.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I got a lot more honey on that.
Mmm.
Honey's prominent now.
Wow. Big change. I almost
It is
get
a lot
it. I
sweeter.
almost get like some of the campfire marshmallows. What do they call those?
Oh,
like
s'mores.
S'mores, yeah.
Like
Yeah.
chocolate and marshmallow.
And the toasted marshmallow.
Yeah.
That
Oh.
little bit, right?
I can definitely.
Ooh,
see
I
that.
could
This
definitely
is
taste
really
it.
a good pairing. It's
Right?
probably my favorite pairing we've had so far.
Yeah, this is a great pairing.
It is.
This is my first time. I think this is all of our first times.
with the Breckenridge.
Yeah, with the Breckenridge
Yeah.
rum
It
cask
is.
and a sweet cigar.
It is
Yeah,
a great pairing.
It deleted the pepper. I don't have any more pepper,
That's
which
what I was gonna
is
say,
weird
no
because that last
Uh-huh.
one it brought more of that
Of that
spice
spice.
forward.
yeah.
Absolutely incredible. And this is why we do this, people, because like you, we're experiencing it for the first time, and we hope that our input, helps you guys.
It's great.
And as always, please, if you hit that like and subscribe, leave comments. We appreciate any feedback that we get. Turn that notification bell on so you get notified when new episodes are released. And we always look forward to reading the comments.
Always. Keep pouring them down there. I'm reading them. I know who's writing them out there. Keep
Wow,
putting them down.
this is really good.
Well, didn't one of our previous our subscribers, our watchers, tell us
Mhm.
about the Breckenridge, and that's what got us on this? Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I think so.
He really enjoys the Breckenridge.
Yeah, and it's a
And
great choice.
it is fantastic. It really is good. It mellowed. It mellowed and it rounded it.
Yeah.
The cigar really mellowed it out and really round. I still get the charred, if you would, I guess, charred marshmallows, right? And honey. I did get a lot
It's
of
a lot.
honey though. I get
It's
a
a-
lot
like
of
a honey-
sweetness.
Honey bread for me, like almost like a graham cracker, like a honey graham cracker.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And just coming off of our spring top 10,
Yeah.
we were talking about, bourbons that relatively, for the time of year, really work.
Mhm.
This could easily be a nice summer mix, not
Yeah.
only for cocktails,
Right.
but for a pairing of a good cigar, just sitting down
Yeah.
in the
Oh.
nice weather.
Absolutely.
Really good. Yeah.
It is.
Very good.
Okay, so we're not going to give a rating on the pairing. I will just say that it's fantastic.
It works really well together. Absolutely.
We appreciate you guys taking the time to watch the video today. Hopefully you learned something from it. I highly recommend both this Breckenridge rum cask finished bourbon as well as the Isla by Drew Estates. Again, we'll have links below for you to look at for any information if you want to follow up with it. These both are readily available.
They are.
MSRP is fantastic.
It is.
And as always, please drink responsibly.